polite of me to mention the names of senators who have been convicted, who were former governors. It just happened that these senators are members of the All Progressive Congress. If Your Excellency wanted to protect them, you could have entered a nollie prosecute. I am not a lawyer. You could have entered a nollie, even if their cases were in court, or manipulate the prosecution as to have them discharged. It is to your credit that it is under your leadership that we are beginning to see men and even women of power facing corruption charges in various courts across the country. But Mr. President, if the opposition does not appreciate you at home, world leaders have acknowledged you abroad. Even the president of the US, we all watch him saying, there's a lot of corruption in Nigeria. But the good news is, Mr. President, we are happy that you are fighting corruption and you are sustaining the fight, and we are sure you are going to make a difference, and you are already making a difference. That is coming from the US. The British Prime Minister had cause to say, I don't remember the occasion now, in the UK, that Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. Mr. President, you had the courage to say to the British Prime Minister, you are not here to argue about the level of corruption in Nigeria, except to say that, Mr. Prime Minister, your banks are the custodians or part of the custodians of money stolen from Nigeria. Please repatriate the money so I can take it back home. Mr. President, it takes a man of your courage, of your lifestyle, to be able to look a British Prime Minister eyeball to eyeball and say, return the stolen money. None of your predecessors can afford to say so, because if they do, they will be the worst for it. But that is not all. A man of God in the UK, the Archbishop of Canterbury, excuse my accent if I don't pronounce it well, when Cameron talks about corruption in Nigeria, he said, if Nigeria is fantastically corrupt, President Muhammadu Buhari is fantastically fighting corruption in Nigeria. And he believes under your leadership, Nigeria will be curbed of corruption. Mr. President, we will only be surprised if everybody supports you. Like you acknowledge, I believe, on the occasion of your visit to the US, when you were talking to the Nigeria community, those whose supply line have been cut off, those who were making money from fake subsidies, who were draining the Nigeria economy, their only business address is their handset and connection. You have cut them off. You have tried to reconcile effort with reward. Free money is no longer available. And so for all those who have lived and survived on free money, they cannot be your friend. And you rightly identify them. But the Nigerian masses who have been at the receiving end of abuse of power, of manipulation and mismanagement of the economy, they are with you. There is no better proof than the way in which they voted to nominate you, and I believe the returning officer will speak to that. The elections, the by-elections that have been conducted under your leadership, in Ekiti, the people spoke loud and clear. In Ondo, the people spoke loud and clear. And even recently in Osun State, we won the elections. Those by-elections are indicators of the feeling of the average Nigerian about your stewardship. This is not to say all has been well, that we don't, everything is fixed. Nigeria and the process of change is work in progress, and that progress has to be sustained. Mr. President, I would like to use this opportunity to say to all our people that as progressive government, we must ensure that we do not downplay the social purpose of government, including the payment of salaries of workers. Mr. President, you had said, and that gives me courage to repeat it, that you don't know how people sleep when they have not paid their employees. I want to add my voice, Mr. President, that even the Bible, because I'm a Christian, it says that the laborer deserves his wages. Wages are not paid out of pity, nor are they rewarded because the employer is buoyant. He who must employ has obligation to pay. I'm happy you have provided bailout to states, and you have on each occasion encouraged them to ensure that they pay salaries and they pay pension. I'd like to join you to encourage all our state governors to pay salaries and pension when they get those occasional handouts, whether they are bailout or they are Paris Club report or by whatever name called. It is important that our bond with the honorary Nigeria is strengthened. It is important that people see the difference between progressive governors and the conservative governors. That they are doing it cannot be an excuse for us to join them. I'm happy that you recognize, Mr. President, that the poor are your strongest base. And that is why the 10,000 market money is so popular with the poorest of the poor, including the MP program, power program, and all the other social programs that are targeted at the poorest among us. My last word, Mr. President, tonight is to the opposition. And I want to speak slowly now. We are ready after today's convention. We are ready for 2019 electioneering campaign, and we believe we have a lot to sell to Nigerians. I can't wait to have those campaigns to begin. Our opponents are going to produce their candidates, and we will look at their records. If they are former governors, we will go to their states, and we will call on their people to show all the evidence of what they have accomplished in their states. Because, Mr. President, if you cannot manage your house, you cannot manage a community. If you can't manage a community, you can't manage a state. If you fail as a state governor, you can't possibly win as a president. We will speak to those records, we will look at their evidence, we will look at their background, and we will compare them to your own. And the Nigerian people will decide. There will be no chance for hypocrisy. It will be eye mark, not ear mark. If you say, I will put air condition all over Nigeria, we will find out how much air condition exists in your own state. If you have governed a state for 8 years, we will see what difference you have made. So, Mr. President, I'm sure you are ready. I am ready. The NWC is ready. I believe our party members and leaders across the country are ready for that campaign. We will challenge them on their integrity. We will challenge them on their record. We will challenge them on their background. And we will challenge them part to part, figure to figure. And Nigerians will decide. This election will not be based on tribalism. It will not be based on religion. It will be based on issues. And it will be based on track record. It will be based on the personal integrity of those who are contesting. Mr. President, I can't wait for us to begin. But let me remind us, this is to the opposition. When out of mischief, they want to accuse us of federal government of abusing federal power. Mr. President, if there is any complaint among APC leaders, it is that Mr. President has been extremely mild. Even myself, sometimes I think Mr. President is too mild compared to what we went through. Mr. President, as a city governor in Edo State, I was denied the use of a federal airport. I got to the airport, I could not fly. Mr. President, my brother from Rivers State, a commissioner of police locked him and detained him in government house, moving armored tanks, and said he cannot leave the government house as a city governor. Mr. President, your predecessor, the first president, he used several people to impeach a city governor in Bayelsa, several people to impeach a governor in Plateau State. Even myself, I was to be impeached. I had to remove the roof of our House of Assembly in order to survive. My brother in Rivers, he was to be impeached by several people out of a 30-member house. He has to do battle and fight like a thug, and I know he's a gentleman because he's a Catholic. But he was almost turned to what he is not. They fought us, they harassed us, they intimidated us, they charged us for no reason. But Mr. President, tough time don't last. Tough people do. That is why we are standing. I am not about to suggest that you should copy them. We can't copy people who have no character. You must resist temptation, even the pressure from some of those who feel that you are mine. I think that is the price of leadership. But we need to remind them that they laid the foundation for do or die politics. It is PDP that had a president who told Nigerians, and it's on record, that elections were a do or die. Mr. President, you have never said anything like that. So when they talk the way they do, you wonder if they have forgot their own past. But I'm glad that today, Mr. President, your party is stronger. Because as Chief Obafemi Awolowo of blessed memory said, for a progressive like you who have no money, your only two qualities is character and honor. That is all you have to invest, and that is what you invested. I still remember your memorable quote 4 years ago on occasion like this when you said, "Dear delegates," this is President Muhammad who was speaking then as a candidate, "I have no dollars to share because people were sharing dollars. I have no naira to give. I am not a government contractor. I am not a businessman. I do not have foreign account. But even if I were to have money, I will not buy votes. All I offer is honest leadership." Mr. President, dollars was demystified in Lagos. The naira was bastardized in Lagos. Those who came lean went back fat because of the amount of dollars and naira that they shared. Mr. President, you won that election on the basis of your honor and integrity. And incidentally, with the exception of one or two, all those who shared money in that convention, they are the ones who have relocated. And I'm sure they are doing it now in Port Harcourt. I plead with our members not to be full of envy. This time, the way they come, that is the way they will go back, courtesy of the policy of change. So I believe that all of us are proud of you, Mr. President. Leadership by example. The conservative have gone, the progressive have remained. We are stronger, we are more fit, we are ready for the game. We don't want to be celebrated as the largest party. We want to be celebrated as the smartest party, the most cohesive party, the most democratic party. And our slogan remains change. And I need our members to understand this. When we say change, we're talking about change of attitude, change of character, change of approach to governance, change of the way in which services are delivered. It is not about person, it's about process, it's about issues, it's about agenda. So I am going to repeat, and I want you to listen, and that will be the last comment I'm going to make. APC, change. APC, change. APC, sustain the change. APC, sustain the change. APC, deepen the change. APC, deepen the change. APC, digitalize the change. APC, change. Nigeria, say Buhari. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Vice President, the National Chairman has spoken. Please give him a big round of applause. APC is going to be the smartest party, the most cohesive party, a progressive party. It is my honor and privilege to call on small doctor, son of a teacher, one of Nigeria's finest artists, making us proud around the world. Small doctor to entertain us.
APC, APC, APC. You can call me small doctor, Akeweja, Gala, I, I'm a better, I'm a dancer, I'm a teacher. 1, 2, 3.
Má lọ pa generator shrine.
Yobo. Yobo.